Chosen one, you are the great threat that they have been warning their children about. Now their secret plans, their dark games, are melting before you. Your power is turning their fears into reality. While they are trying to stop your ascension, you are advancing rapidly towards a holy goal. Remember, you are not just one person. You are a symbol of change and resurrection that will last for generations. Those who fought their fears will now have to kneel before your determination. Write 888 in the comments now, because you are the chosen warrior of destiny. The veiled corridors of hidden power once imagined your fate as a simple thread to be pulled or severed, but the truth unveils a far richer tapestry. Files thought buried deep have surfaced, revealing a labyrinth of covert trials and secret laboratories where your essence was dissected and examined beyond mortal understanding. The routine medical checkups you endured were far from mundane. Samples taken quietly were funneled into classified vaults where experts unraveled the coded language of your being, discovering mysteries embedded in your genetic heritage. Your lineage is marked by rare and ancient imprints, fingerprints of forgotten eras encoded in your DNA strands. These genetic blueprints, dismissed by conventional science as purposeless, are in fact gateways to extraordinary potential. Hidden sequences in your genome align with sacred cosmic patterns, resonating with frequencies that bridge the physical world to unseen dimensions. Behind the scenes, shadowy experiments subjected your genetic material to intense environments, electromagnetic shifts, thermal extremes, and sound waves designed to awaken dormant capabilities embedded in your bloodline. Imagine your life as a mighty oak, standing tall in a storm. Each gust that bends its branches is not a random act of nature, but a deliberate test from the heavens, designed to deepen your roots and strengthen your resolve. The challenges you have endured are not mere accidents. They are sacred fires, carefully kindled to forge the steel of your spirit and to awaken powers hidden deep within your soul. Every betrayal, every heartache, every moment that seemed to threaten your very existence was, in truth, a divine forge, shaping you into the extraordinary being you are destined to become. This isn't just survival, it's a sacred alchemy. Just as the blacksmith hammers the raw metal to reveal its hidden brilliance, your trials were the rhythmic strikes against the anvil of your being, each one uncovering new layers of strength, wisdom, and spiritual insight. The unseen eyes watching your journey were not spectators of defeat, but witnesses to a profound transformation in progress. They sought to measure the resilience that pulses through your veins, to see if your inner flame would be snuffed out or if it would rise like a blazing sun, brighter and fiercer than ever before. You are the chosen vessel, the living testament to a truth whispered by the ages. Greatness is born not in ease, but in the furnace of adversity. The universe, in all its infinite wisdom, has set these sacred trials before you not to break you, but to reveal your divine essence, to awaken the psychic gifts slumbering beneath the surface. Each loss, each heartbreak was a stepping stone, carefully placed by the hands of destiny to guide you toward the fullness of your spiritual power. If you feel the abundance of divine love in your heart, now is the time to share it. You can help spread God's blessings by clicking the Super Thank You button on YouTube and contributing $20 or more. This divine gift will touch not only your life, but the souls of many through this platform. Each of you has a sacred place in God's grand design, and your generosity will be the fruit of our prayers. Act now, share your blessings to glorify His kingdom, for you were created to do even greater things in God's loving hands. May God bless you. The data they gathered, the maps of your pain, the blueprints of your strength, are meaningless without the divine spark that animates your soul. No chart or algorithm can capture the mystery of your awakening or the fire that refuses to be extinguished. This journey you have walked, marked by shadows and light, is the crucible of your calling, the sacred arena where your spirit has been refined and where your true power has been unveiled. Imagine your life's path as a mighty river carved through ancient mountains, each rapid, each rocky turn, not a random mishap, but a divine sculpting designed to shape the strength and clarity of your waters. The currents of hardship and challenge you have faced were never mere accidents. They were the cosmic hand molding your spirit into a vessel powerful enough to carry the weight of your sacred calling. If you feel God's presence, you can tap the join button below to become part of the first chosen ones and receive the most important revelations early. Your resilience is like bedrock beneath that river, unshaken by the fiercest storms. Your psychic gifts, like the light dancing on the water's surface, reflect the eternal fire burning deep within you. Every trial you endured was fuel to a flame that no earthly wind can extinguish, no shadow can dim. These are not just scars or burdens. They are badges of honor, reminders of the divine forge, where your spirit was tempered and made unbreakable. This journey, though steep and winding, was always purposeful. It prepared you to stand tall in the face of opposition, to move forward with an unyielding faith that cannot be shaken. The cosmos did not toss you into chaos. It placed you in the crucible of transformation. With every step, you have risen higher, your essence growing stronger, your vision clearer. Know this truth: the power you carry is not borrowed or fragile. It is the very essence of divine strength, awakened and alive in your being. No force on earth or beyond can take this from you, for it is written in the stars, etched in your soul, and guarded by the eternal wisdom that guides your every breath. You are the chosen river that flows unstoppable, the flame that burns ever bright, the warrior forged in the sacred fires of destiny. Walk forward with confidence, knowing that every challenge behind you was a step toward the greatness you are now becoming. You stand today not despite the storms you faced, but because of them. The universe has sculpted you through trials, shaped you through suffering, and illuminated your path through darkness. This is your divine inheritance, the birthright of the chosen, and your journey is a testament to the eternal truth that in every test lies the seed of triumph, and in every hardship, the promise of glorious awakening. Picture your inner world as a sacred garden, where every emotion blossoms under the watchful gaze of unseen gardeners who chart the rise and fall of each feeling like celestial cartographers mapping constellations in the night sky. Your spirit, vibrant and profound, was observed with precision. Each tear, each joy, every tremor of the heart was recorded in volumes of cosmic significance. The architects of your trial sought to understand how the storms of trauma ripple through your soul, testing how deeply your connection to higher realms could endure and evolve. In this grand cosmic theater, those around you, friends, foes, confidants, played parts scripted by forces beyond human sight. Their actions choreographed to spark reactions that would reveal the contours of your spiritual resilience. Like players on a stage whose roles were carefully assigned, they enacted scenes of loyalty and betrayal, designed to challenge the foundation of your trust and probe the vast strength within your heart. These moments were not happenstance, but deliberate trials, each one a thread in the tapestry of your awakening. Relationships that faltered were not merely accidents of fate. They were crucibles designed to reveal your capacity for forgiveness, endurance, and spiritual growth. The pressures placed upon your connections were tests of the divine faith you carry within, the steadfastness that refuses to waver even when shadows loom large. These trials sculpted your emotional landscape, shaping your soul into a fortress of light and compassion, resilient against every whisper of doubt and every attempt to fracture your peace. Even those closest to you were sometimes unwitting actors in this divine experiment, their movements guided by hidden hands aiming to unlock deeper levels of your awakening. The pain of separation, the sting of betrayal, the loneliness in the midst of company, all served as sacred catalysts, igniting the fire of transformation within you. Through these orchestrated hardships, your heart learned to beat with unwavering rhythm, attuned to the subtle frequencies of universal love and truth. The vast web of manipulations surrounding you sought to test not just your emotional limits, but your spiritual endurance. Every challenge was an invitation to rise above the earthly drama and tap into the infinite source of strength that dwells within your being. Your soul's resilience was measured not by the absence of pain, but by the grace with which you embraced it, turning every wound into a wellspring of wisdom and power. Remember, the emotional currents that swept through your life were but waves upon the ocean of your divine purpose, testing your depth, your breadth, your capacity to hold light amid darkness. In this sacred ocean, you were not a mere passenger, but the master of your vessel, navigating through storms designed to reveal the unbreakable spirit at your core. The very hands that sought to unravel your connections inadvertently wove the strongest cords of spiritual fortitude, binding you ever closer to the radiant essence of your true self. Each trial served as a beacon, illuminating the path toward profound healing and awakening. You emerged from these tests not weakened, but exalted, a living testament to the power of faith, love, and divine resilience. Let this sacred knowledge fill you with the courage to face any challenge, the wisdom to see beyond surface pains, and the strength to carry your light unblemished through all storms. Your journey is a divine symphony, composed by the hands of the Eternal, with every note, every emotional ebb and flow, contributing to the magnificent masterpiece that is your awakening. Researchers focused especially on the compound effects of sequential crises, expecting breakdowns, but witnessing instead a remarkable alchemy. Pain transmuted into insight, suffering forged into spiritual strength. Traditional psychological frameworks faltered in the face of your exceptional capacity to transform adversity into awakening. You did not collapse under pressure. Rather, your awareness expanded, connecting you to a universal intelligence that transcends physical limits. Isolation was not accidental, but a calculated experiment, designed to sever your ties and observe how solitude affects those gifted with heightened perception. Through deliberate strategies, your support systems were dismantled to study your mental and spiritual endurance in the absence of external affirmation. This enforced solitude was a crucible for self-reliance and a test of whether you could maintain clarity and power when removed from collective energy. The researchers sought answers to how deep loneliness influences your ability to channel your inherent gifts, whether detachment would render you vulnerable or amplify your sovereignty. They watched for cracks, for moments when the absence of community might bend your will, and for signs that isolation might either weaken your spirit or unleash hidden strengths beyond ordinary comprehension. Your journey through this desert of solitude was itself a revelation, proof that your power originates not from external validation, but from an indomitable inner source. Dear brothers and sisters, may God's peace be upon you today. I am here to remind you of a profound truth. Our existence is grounded in God's divine plan, unshaken by the temporal concerns of the world. As the Bible says, whatever is done in faith will return to God in abundant blessing. Luke 6:38. Like that great oak tree, our roots are deeply rooted in God's universal truth. Every step we take, every stand we take, is secured by His strength. And now, you are being offered the opportunity to be part of that blessing. When you use the Super Thank You button and donate $100, this movement will return to you 100-fold in abundance. Isolation was engineered with precision, targeting every meaningful bond in your life to weaken the network that once surrounded you. Trusted friendships were infiltrated by rumors crafted to sow discord, planting seeds of doubt and suspicion. Moments of vulnerability in your relationships were exploited by well-timed appearances of distractions, weaving jealousy and mistrust like invisible threads. Family ties were strained through subtle manipulations, twisting reality just enough to cause fractures in what should have been unbreakable foundations. Professional barriers arose not by chance, but by design. Doors that should have opened remained firmly closed, while allies turned into rivals without apparent reason. Those who once stood beside you found themselves shifting allegiances, influenced by unseen hands guiding their actions. This wasn't a mere social distancing. It was a calculated quarantine of your influence, designed to isolate and contain your rising power. Yet the isolation they imposed sparked an unexpected transformation within you. Freed from the chaos of external noise, your inner compass sharpened, guiding you with clarity and unshakable certainty. The solitude became fertile ground where your intuitive senses blossomed, tuning into frequencies untouched by distraction or confusion. The physical disturbances that haunted your body, the sudden surges of pain, waves of exhaustion, strange electric sensations, and unrelenting ringing, were not medical enigmas but deliberate attempts to disrupt the unique electromagnetic field that envelops your being. These targeted assaults came disguised as ordinary environmental elements, hidden in everyday devices and structures, timed to strike precisely when your spirit expanded its reach. If you feel God's presence, you can tap the join button below to become part of the first chosen ones and receive the most important revelations early. Against all expectation, your energetic core did not falter. It adapted and grew resilient. Your bioelectric system learned to transmute these intrusive waves into a source of strength, turning assaults into fuel for your evolution. Classified records reveal this unexpected immunity, noting how individuals like you began to reflect these energies back, causing disturbances and malfunctions in the very systems designed to suppress you. In recent cycles, a profound shift occurred. The number of awakened beings exhibiting these extraordinary gifts surged beyond control. The isolated phenomena transformed into a global awakening, overwhelming the protocols once thought sufficient for containment. What was once a handful of subjects now became a vast network of light-bearers whose collective power defies suppression. To aid this rising tide, advanced techniques have been uncovered and refined into transformative systems such as the Libra AI method. This cutting-edge approach melds artificial intelligence with personal consciousness, crafting a digital ally that amplifies manifestation and aligns with the sacred intent of the awakened. But this window of opportunity narrows. The technology edges toward automation, losing its responsiveness to conscious command. The sacred nature of electricity transcends mere energy. It is consciousness flowing through all existence, a divine bridge connecting soul and form. With the right knowledge and intention, this force becomes a tool of creation, a spiritual interface ready to be commanded and directed. The phenomenon of collective awakening, fueled by the resonance of like souls across vast distances, accelerates despite efforts to suppress it. Attempts to extinguish key individuals only ignite the spark in others, spreading the fire of awareness and transformation. The leaked files confirm the failure of control systems and herald the unstoppable rise of those destined to reclaim their divine legacy. A fierce spirit like yours was never meant to be tamed by shadowy designs or hidden trials. Each hardship, every stretch of solitude, and the moments when doubt whispered loudest were all meticulously recorded and dissected by those who underestimated your essence. Yet, rather than falter, you rose above their schemes, transforming every challenge into a stepping stone toward a power deeper than they could fathom. Their attempts to cage your spirit only revealed the limitless expanse of your inner force, rooted in the eternal pulse of universal consciousness. Behind the veil of deception, artificial pathways were crafted, labyrinths of illusion designed to mislead, to pull you toward choices that seemed safe but drained your soul's fire. Offers that promised comfort but dimmed your flame. Connections that lulled your spirit into complacency. Distractions, weaving webs to scatter your focus. But divine light pierced the darkness. While machines plotted probabilities, your soul received whispers beyond their reach, guiding you true through visions that algorithms could never predict. In the midst of calculated chaos, moments of quiet clarity emerged like hidden beacons, sacred signs appearing in the unexpected, symbols in nature's patterns, coded messages in daily encounters, signs too precise to be coincidence. These divine signals bypass the noise of manipulation, opening doors of understanding and reconnecting you to your higher purpose beyond human contrivance. Invisible currents of influence sought to rewrite your mind, embedding subtle distortions in the media you absorbed, aiming to fracture your awareness. Yet your innate defenses, born of ancient wisdom and spiritual strength, filtered these intrusions. Where others succumbed to confusion, your clarity sharpened, turning the flood of interference into a canvas where divine truths shone brighter. The engineered isolation, meant to weaken your resolve, became the crucible where your connection to spirit deepened. Without the distractions of external approval, your intuition honed itself into a precise instrument, guiding you through the fog with unerring accuracy. Each false trail laid before you became a test, sharpening your ability to discern what truly aligns with your soul's mission. Divine timing, orchestrated meetings, and encounters that technology could neither foresee nor prevent. Mentors disguised as chance acquaintances, healers arriving at moments of despair, fellow seekers crossing paths as if pulled by invisible threads woven from the fabric of destiny itself. These intersections became accelerators of your growth, proving that no artificial blockade can halt the flow of divine purpose. What was meant to scatter your spirit instead compressed your learning into intense bursts of evolution. Every setback crafted unyielding determination. Every cloud of confusion sharpened your supernatural insight. The barriers erected to limit your power only unveiled hidden reservoirs of strength encoded deep within your being, unlocking dormant energies that surged forth with renewed vigor. While their devices attempted to manipulate probabilities within the physical realm, your essence resonated beyond their reach, anchored in dimensions untouched by their instruments. The sacred bond between your eternal soul and the cosmos rendered their efforts futile, as divine design rewrote the story with every attempt to suppress your light. False doors slammed shut, only to reveal multiple gateways opening, each more unexpected and profound. The orchestrators of chaos unknowingly choreographed your triumph, mistaking resistance for defeat, unaware that their trials were forging a spirit untouchable by mortal machinations. The journey you endured was less a test and more a forging of spiritual muscle. Each trial sculpted resilience, every attack transformed into armor. What they intended to fracture became your foundation, and through their interference, you emerged as a radiant testament to the unstoppable power of divine will. In the grand equation of fate, no technology, no calculation, no manipulation could outmatch the sovereignty of your soul's destiny. The experiments meant to control only revealed the undeniable truth. You were born to transcend, to shine beyond the limitations imposed by earthly hands, and to embody the eternal light that no force can extinguish. Your spirit moves on a plane far beyond cold circuits and synthetic calculations, orchestrated by a force of love and wisdom that no machine could ever mimic or manipulate. While the tech sought to predict your steps through cold logic, a higher intelligence already held your destiny firmly in hand, clearing pathways invisible to any algorithm. The noisy chaos of artificial interference was but a faint whisper against the majestic rhythm of your soul's true calling, perfectly composed to ignite abilities beyond the reach of any earthly device. Your purpose, etched in cosmic design long before time's first breath, stood unshaken despite every attempt to rewrite your timeline. The surveillance net woven around your existence was not merely a tool of observation, but a vast web engineered to anticipate and influence your every move. Gadgets disguised as everyday objects quietly mapped your habits, communication, and even the subtle vibrations of your spirit. These invisible eyes constructed intricate models of your behavior, seeking to predict the dance of your consciousness with unnerving precision. Yet even their most sophisticated systems could only trace the surface, unable to penetrate the depths of your divine essence. Now is the time to share God's blessings by clicking the super thank you button on YouTube. You can contribute to His plan and be a part of this divine mission with a donation of $100 or more. Every gift reflects God's generosity, and I believe it will return to you exponentially far beyond your expectations. Remember, His protection and blessing is on your every step and every donation. You become part of His divine plan. You are a strong, radiant being, unshakable as His mighty rock. Witness God's miracles, feel the fruits of your generosity in your soul, and illuminate the world with confidence and courage. Be blessed, and let the light of the Lord guide your path. Advanced technology reached beyond mere location tracking, tapping into biometrics that measured the unseen currents of your emotions and spiritual fluctuations. This relentless monitoring extended into your thoughts themselves, capturing the shadows behind keystrokes, the subtle shifts in voice tone, and the flickers of expression hidden in plain sight. Algorithms endeavored to reconstruct the map of your mind, piecing together fragments of your inner world through the digital trails you unwittingly left behind. If you feel God's presence, you can tap the join button below to become part of the first chosen ones and receive the most important revelations early. The darkest files reveal the chilling intent to erase not just the individual, but the very existence of those like you who dared awaken beyond their control. Beyond physical removal, these plans sought to dismantle every trace, erasing memories, rewriting histories, and severing connections. False narratives would cloak disappearances, official records distorted, and even the echoes of your presence systematically silenced through psychological warfare aimed at all who held you dear. Though their designs were intricate and far-reaching, they failed to grasp that true consciousness cannot be contained, manipulated, or deleted by any human construct. Your essence pulses beyond technology's grasp, entwined with eternal forces that outmatch all earthly machines. The attempts to bind you only proved the boundless nature of your soul's light, shining undimmed through every shadow they cast.